The motorcycle world is at war, and riders are jumping ship like it's sinking fast. Harley-Davidson and Honda are locked in a fierce fight for your loyalty, and today we're diving deep to settle it once and for all. Which brand truly deserves your hard-earned money, and which one is scamming you in plain sight? Let's find out. Let's first compare price tags, because what you get for your money will shock you. A new Harley Softail will drain your wallet at $15,000, $20,000 before you even think about customization. Meanwhile, Honda's Rebel 500 starts under $7,000, with the bigger Shadow Aero 750 around $8,000. The numbers don't lie. You could buy 2 Honda Cruisers for the price of 1 Harley. That's like choosing between a single filet mignon or an entire buffet of delicious options. Your wallet is already sweating at the Harley dealership before you've even sat on the leather. But wait, Harley defenders will argue their bikes hold value better. Is that enough to justify the price gap? When you're paying enough for a decent used car just to get your first Harley, you have to wonder if the Bar and Shield logo is made of actual gold. Honda takes this round with dramatically lower entry prices that make motorcycle ownership accessible to more riders. Now that we've covered pricing, here's where things get really surprising. One brand is quietly winning the reliability war, and no one saw it coming. Harley owners face the harsh reality of $200 oil changes and $500 service intervals that add up faster than excuses when you're late for work. Meanwhile, Honda riders are logging 15,000+ miles with nothing but routine oil changes. Some Honda engines are so reliable they might outlive their owners. Talk about getting your money's worth. The evidence is overwhelming from veteran riders who've made the switch. Former Harley enthusiasts frequently report that after years of constant maintenance issues, their transition to Honda resulted in thousands of trouble-free miles. Many express astonishment at the difference in reliability, with some claiming they've nearly forgotten what it feels like to be stranded on the roadside. Consumer surveys confirm it's not just anecdotal. Honda motorcycles require significantly fewer repairs in the first 5 years of ownership. When parts and labor costs are skyrocketing, which brand keeps you riding instead of waiting for repairs? Harley defenders argue that working on your bike is part of the experience. Sure, and dental surgery is part of the ice cream experience if you choose to eat it with a hammer. Some riders want to spend their weekends actually riding, not rebuilding carburetors. Honda dominates the reliability battle with engineering that prioritizes dependability over drama. Your Honda will be running smoothly, while your Harley riding buddy is still waiting for parts to arrive from Milwaukee. Harley brings the soul. Honda brings reliability. But as the lines blur, riders are facing a choice they never expected. What comes next will change everything. For decades, Harley wasn't selling motorcycles. They were selling an experience. That unmistakable rumble that sets off car alarms 3 blocks away. The head-turning presence that makes everyone think you're either incredibly cool or going through a midlife crisis. And the brotherhood of the Bar and Shield. Honda, by contrast, engineered transportation. Refined, efficient, and practical. Their bikes purr rather than roar, glide rather than rumble. It's like comparing a rock concert to a symphony. Both are music, but they hit different parts of your soul. Riders who've switched from Japanese sport bikes to American cruisers consistently describe a profound difference in the emotional connection they feel with their machines. Many report that while their previous bikes were technically superior in performance metrics, their Harley provides an intangible satisfaction that transcends specifications. The mechanical nature of the riding experience creates a more visceral connection that many find addictive once experienced. For these converts, feeling the heartbeat of their machine outweighed Honda's technical superiority. Can you put a price on a soul? Harley says yes, and it's about $10,000 over the competition. Honda enthusiasts counter with their own passionate defense, often highlighting how superior engineering allows them to focus on the journey rather than the machine. Many express satisfaction in covering greater distances with less fatigue and fewer interruptions, arguing that the true motorcycle experience is about the ride. not the noise it makes. Harley-Davidson claims this round with an emotional experience that Honda's engineering can't match. With gas prices soaring, Harley's brute power might be draining more than just your tank. Is Honda's fuel-saving efficiency the escape route riders didn't know they needed? Honda motorcycles consistently deliver 45 to 55 miles per gallon, while comparable Harleys struggle to exceed 35 to 45 miles per gallon. Over 10,000 miles, that difference translates to hundreds of dollars saved with Honda. It's like Honda gives you a free tank of gas every few weeks just for choosing their brand. Combined with lower insurance rates, Honda creates a financial advantage that grows with every mile. Insurance companies rely on extensive data analysis that consistently favors Honda riders, with preferential rates due to their statistical safety records. The insurance industry's risk assessment clearly differentiates between the two rider groups, with Honda owners benefiting from their reputation for more conservative riding habits and potentially less severe accident outcomes compared to their Harley-Davidson counterparts, whose claims history may reflect higher medical expenses and accident severity. The motorcycle community is filled with humorous observations about Harley's thirst for fuel and fluids. Riders often joke about measuring their Harley's efficiency in gallons per mile rather than miles per gallon, especially on older models. Meanwhile, Honda owners frequently boast about their impressive range between fill-ups, sometimes claiming they forget where they last saw a gas station. Honda takes another decisive victory by delivering more miles per gallon and lower insurance costs. You think your bike reflects you, but in the battle between Harley and Honda, one brand quietly controls your choices. The catch? Most riders don't even realize it. Harley has dominated the customization scene for generations with a massive aftermarket that offers everything from practical upgrades to chrome pieces so shiny they require sunglasses to install. Want to make your Harley truly yours? Just hand over your credit card and prepare for a second mortgage. But Honda is fighting back with an explosion of custom options, especially for models like the Rebel and Shadow platforms. The financial advantage is clear. Professional builders can deliver a completely personalized Honda Shadow for approximately the same cost as a stock Harley-Davidson. This accessibility is drawing younger riders who want individuality without the Harley price tag. The new generation of builders frequently demonstrates how creative vision can overcome budget limitations, transforming modest Honda cruisers into head-turning customs that rival their more expensive American counterparts in both style and presence. Social media has accelerated this trend, with Instagram and YouTube showcasing incredible Honda customs that are changing perceptions about what's possible with Japanese cruisers. Suddenly, rice burner doesn't sound like an insult when your Honda custom is featured in magazines. But can bolt-on Honda parts match the depth and breadth of Harley's customization ecosystem that's been developing for decades? Harley-Davidson edges out Honda with unmatched customization options that allow for more personalization, despite the higher cost. The real test isn't in the showroom, it's on the street. When Harley clashes with Honda, which one shakes your soul and which one leaves you flat? Honda's lighter weight, better handling, and smoother power delivery make them objectively easier to ride, especially in urban environments or technical roads. A Honda Shadow weighs hundreds of pounds less than a comparable Harley touring model, a difference immediately noticeable in traffic or tight corners. Experienced riders frequently compare the handling differences between these brands in colorful terms. Many describe the challenge of maneuvering heavyweight Harleys through congested urban environments as unnecessarily difficult compared to the nimble response of lighter Honda cruisers. The weight difference becomes particularly apparent during low-speed maneuvers or when navigating tight parking situations. Long-distance touring riders report that Honda's platforms like the Goldwing significantly reduce fatigue, allowing 500-mile days with minimal discomfort. Veteran touring enthusiasts consistently note the dramatic difference in physical condition upon reaching their destination, with Honda riders reporting less fatigue, fewer aches, and more energy after extended journeys. Honda designs their bikes with human biomechanics in mind, while some Harley models seem designed more for looks than comfort, as if the engineers never actually sat on them for more than a photo opportunity. But Harley's torque-heavy engines deliver an emotional punch that many riders find addictive. That rumble, that pull from a stoplight, it's a visceral experience that Honda's refined engines simply don't match. Riders who own both brands often describe the fundamental difference in character between their motorcycles using vivid metaphors that highlight the raw, untamed nature of Harley's power delivery compared to Honda's refined precision. This round depends entirely on your priorities. Choose Honda for physical comfort and ease of handling, or Harley for that unmistakable character and emotional connection. Riding's just the beginning, but what happens when something goes wrong? Will Harley's community step up, or will Honda's service system leave you stranded when you need it most? Harley dealerships pioneered the lifestyle boutique approach, creating community hubs rather than just places to buy bikes. Walk into a Harley dealership and you might find a cafe, a clothing store that sells more t-shirts than motorcycles, and a gathering of riders swapping stories that grow taller with each telling. Honda dealerships have traditionally been more transactional. Get in, buy your bike, get out. No one's trying to sell you a matching bathroom set with the Honda logo. But service costs show another stark contrast. A standard service on a Harley easily runs $300, $500 at a dealership, while the same service on a Honda might be half that price. Over the years of ownership, that difference adds up to thousands of dollars, enough to buy another Honda. The motorcycle community frequently debates the value proposition of these different dealership experiences. Harley enthusiasts often emphasize the importance of belonging to a community, suggesting the premium they pay contributes to more than just mechanical service. Honda riders typically counter by highlighting the practical advantages of lower maintenance costs and more straightforward service experiences. Several riders have shared experiences about feeling judged or unwelcome at certain dealerships based on their appearance, riding gear, or current motorcycle. The contrast in atmosphere between dealerships can significantly influence brand loyalty, sometimes even more than the motorcycles themselves. Honda takes this round with more affordable service costs and a less intimidating atmosphere, though Harley offers a stronger sense of community for those who fit in. It's like choosing between an exclusive country club or a public golf course. One has more prestige, but the other lets you actually play more often. In today's tech-driven race, is Harley keeping up or getting smoked by Honda? This next showdown exposes who's building the future and who's stuck writing history. Honda has embraced technological innovation with advanced fuel injection, traction control, and rider modes on many models. Their engineering prioritizes efficiency and precision, with options like the dual-clutch transmission drawing in tech-savvy riders who want the option of automatic shifting. Riders who appreciate technological advancements frequently praise Honda's willingness to incorporate modern features that enhance safety, performance, and convenience. Many highlight how these innovations make riding more accessible and enjoyable, particularly for those who use their motorcycles as daily transportation rather than occasional recreation. Harley has been playing catch-up, but their newer models are closing the gap with features like the Boom box infotainment system and improved rider aids. Former Harley riders who switch to Honda for reliability often miss Harley's more intuitive infotainment systems. Enthusiasts who appreciate both brands often note the different philosophical approaches to technology integration. Many observe that Harley incorporates technology in ways that complement the traditional riding experience rather than fundamentally changing it, while Honda more aggressively pursues technological advancement as a primary selling point. The technology divide extends to the actual riding experience, too. Honda's engineering creates a seamless interface between rider and machine, while Harley's approach keeps you more connected to the mechanical nature of motorcycling, for better or worse. Riders frequently comment on the different sensory experiences provided by each brand, noting that Honda's refinement sometimes creates such a smooth experience that the mechanical nature of motorcycling becomes almost invisible, while Harley deliberately preserves certain mechanical sensations that connect the rider to the machine's operation. Honda claims victory with more advanced technology and innovative features that enhance the riding experience. Though Harley is making strides to close the gap, it's like comparing a smartphone to a vintage rotary phone. One does more, but the other has undeniable charm. When it's time to sell, the wrong choice could wipe out thousands. In the Harley versus Honda battle, one protects your investment, the other turns it into a devastating financial trap. Traditionally, Harley-Davidson motorcycles held their value better than almost any other brand. The long-standing belief among motorcycle enthusiasts suggested that purchasing a Harley allowed riders to use the bike for several years and then resell it with minimal depreciation. However, this value retention advantage is narrowing dramatically in today's market. Honda motorcycles typically retain about 70% of their purchase price after 5 years. In contrast, custom Harley-Davidsons often depreciate more severely, frequently worth less than half of the total investment when considering both purchase and customization costs. Sellers in the used motorcycle market frequently report surprising disparities between their investment in customized American motorcycles and the actual resale value they can command. Many express disappointment upon discovering that thousands spent on personalization often translate to minimal returns when selling, while stock models fare somewhat better. The pandemic-era used bike market surge has also changed the equation, with clean, low-mileage Honda cruisers commanding premium prices due to their reputation for trouble-free operation. Buyers are increasingly willing to pay more for bikes they know won't leave them stranded. Dealers who sell both brands have observed shifting market trends that reflect changing consumer priorities. Many note that while Harley still commands brand recognition and desire, practical considerations like maintenance history and mechanical condition have become increasingly important factors in purchase decisions, especially among younger buyers. Honda takes this round with more predictable depreciation and better long-term value retention, making them smarter financial investments for cost-conscious riders. Harley might have the heritage, but Honda has the numbers. After 9 intense rounds of competition, which motorcycle giant truly deserves your loyalty, and which brand should you forget about forever? After the intense rounds of head-to-head competition, the final assessment reveals a decisive advantage for Honda with 6 victories across multiple categories. But here's the twist that changes everything. Motorcycles aren't appliances to be judged solely on specifications and practical considerations. They're deeply personal expressions of identity, freedom, and passion. The true revelation in this showdown isn't which brand is objectively better. It's that these two motorcycle giants represent fundamentally different philosophies about what motorcycling means. Honda excels at building motorcycles that make perfect sense on paper. They're reliable, affordable, efficient machines that deliver exceptional value and practical performance. For riders who approach motorcycling as sophisticated transportation or who prioritize hassle-free ownership, Honda offers an unbeatable package. Harley-Davidson excels at building motorcycles that make perfect sense to the heart. They deliver an emotional experience, a cultural connection, and a visceral satisfaction that transcends practical considerations. For riders who view motorcycling as a lifestyle, an identity, or a passionate pursuit, rather than mere transportation, Harley offers something that can't be quantified in charts or graphs. Veteran riders who've experienced both brands often distill the difference to its essence. Honda represents the practical, logical choice that satisfies needs, while Harley represents the emotional, passionate choice that fulfills desires. The distinction isn't about which is objectively superior, but rather which aligns better with individual priorities and riding philosophy. So who truly wins this showdown? You do. when you choose the motorcycle that resonates with your personal riding style, priorities, and vision of what motorcycling means to you. The better motorcycle isn't determined by tallying victories in comparison categories. It's determined by which bike makes you smile every time you open your garage door. If you're stunned by these brand switchers, click our next video now to uncover the shocking ownership costs dealers hide from you.